Hell in a Cell review is gonna be a treat. Sabs and falsetto are gonna bring the heat. You better be ready, cause we're about to take you places. Cause it's time for
Rusev Udria, Rusev Machka.
Welcome to the most must-see YouTube channel. Welcome to
Heels and Faces. Heels and Faces.
I am Falsetto,
Sub-Zero.
and it is time for us to get through Hell in a Cell, and what a pay-per-view it was.
It was hellishly hot.
Oh
wow. It was definitely a hot pay-per-view, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, same here. We had so much action.
Yeah, definitely. But before we get into the action, maybe we should just tell you guys why we're both wearing these red hats, of course. YouTube merch. So currently in South Africa, there is a YouTube ZA tour where a lot of content producers are going around the country, going to different universities, and really just helping people get themselves up. So definitely a shout out to you guys. Definitely we enjoyed being with you guys when you guys were here in Cape Town.
Totally. So let's not waste any further time. Let's get right into it. Hell in a Cell took place in San Antonio, Texas, and the first match was Rusev Day versus New Day.
Rusev Day.
I know those are your boys. Those are your boys.
Man.
I was bleak that this was on the kickoff show. This match deserved to be on the main card, to be honest.
Exactly. I mean, New Day always perform, and
Yeah.
they did exactly that again this time. I mean, with Rusev Day, these two have a lot of chemistry as well.
True.
Man. So,
I think the surprise package for this match had to be Aiden English, actually. He did so well.
yeah.
He did a very cool dive over the top rope. He did what is that thing called? The accolade.
The accolade.
Yeah, the accolade.
Even
did that.
like, Aiden Crush!
That was so cool. And there were moments when you felt like, who knows, Rusev Day might actually shock us. But
as we predicted,
yeah,
New Day is getting on top. So that's a point for both of us.
1-1 at the moment. We should keep
1-1.
score, actually, I think.
Yeah.
So 1-1, we're doing well. And then we get onto the main card now. We had, as it predicted, the first Hell in a Cell match. Also, what we haven't touched on, this year's Hell in a Cell matches had a red cell. Just like this.
Exactly like that.
Like exactly, and I think that's a bit of a problem, actually. I don't know. I'm sure they were going for, okay, it's hell, it's bloody, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it just looked a bit tacky.
Yeah, it honestly did. It was just weird, man. It didn't look as menacing as the old Hell in a Cell,
Yeah.
like the normal silver steel.
Yeah.
And I mean, you touch it, bro, you tear your skin off.
Exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
That's what Hell in a Cell is.
I saw an image that was posted on the internet. They actually had those, McDonald's houses where you go and play. They had that. That's the new Hell in a Cell. I was just like, wow.
It was a playhouse.
But we digress. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. We expected it. Okay, the only moment was that Jeff Hardy's going to jump off the top of the cell.
Yeah.
But Randy Orton, he came through. He came through. So sadistic.
Sickening.
The Viper.
Slithering everywhere.
Apex Predator.
My God.
I was like, how long are we going to keep going?
Legend killer.
Legend killer. He deserves all the hype though, because he really came through and he showed that he is the legend that he is. He was so vicious in this match, and the key moment in this match was when this guy he took a screwdriver.
Dude.
And he twisted the earlobe. Oh my gosh, this was so gruesome. I was cringing.
Yeah, it actually made me quite uncomfortable, man. Quite surprised that Jeff still has an ear after all of this.
Bruh. But I think it did wonders for Randy because it really just portrayed how much of a heel he is. Like, this is as vicious as it gets.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the end.
Yeah, man. Poor Jeff. We actually called that Jeff was going to get injured in this match.
Yeah.
And I think at the end it was a bit of a... I mean, he crashed. That's
And burned.
basic. He crashed and burned, man. So when he was swinging off the top of the cell, I think it was kind of mistimed because Randy just went off and then Jeff was like, okay, now I need to release. Then he dropped.
Yeah.
But that sickening third.
It was nasty, bro. Like, and then the ref was being extra, wanting to call off the match. I was with Randy on this. So I was like, he needs to win the match first. Come on. So Randy got the W. We both got the predictions right. So ding.
There we go.
Now we move over from that gruesome start to the pay-per-view. Next up, we had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. This was my prediction for match of the night. I was very excited. Bit weird that they put it second, but I was like, okay, let's do this. Come on.
Yeah.
What did you think of the match?
The girls put on a clinic, man.
You reckon?
Bruh, I quite enjoyed it. Man.
I actually didn't think they could have done better. I felt
Could have. Especially considering what the women have actually done in Hell in a Cell before.
True.
Being in the cell, of course, Charlotte and
Sasha Banks.
and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
You know, but I enjoyed the match.
It was a
man.
good match. Yeah.
I love the results now because we got a new
WWE
World
Champion.
You
missed it
I watched it.
Wasted. But yeah, the big news: Becky Lynch is your new SmackDown Women's Champion, and I must say I was very surprised. As much as I was rooting for her, I didn't think they'd do it. I mean, Charlotte was just champion after a month.
Exactly, and then they took the belt off of her.
Right.
I mean, this is Charlotte Flair.
Exactly, and they gave the people what we want. What?
Right.
WWE never does that. So I'm very happy for Becky Lynch. I can't wait to see what else she does.
But sadly, none of us get the point. So
Yeah, but it's all good. I can take an L there. It's all good.
yeah. And next up, we had arguably the match of the night.
You called it.
Yeah.
You called it.
All right. Seth Dean versus the Dogs of War.
Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler,
Bruh.
the double D's.
The double.
Don't use that name.
Please don't. Yeah, man. These guys put on a show.
And
The
a
move
half.
and a half. Man. All that and everything.
Bruh.
Man. I was thoroughly entertained. This is a hot if there ever was one. Man.
Match of the night?
Match of
No
the
doubt.
night, no doubt.
We don't even have to wait till the end of the show. We're giving this match of the night.
Like he
no
gets
doubt.
the award.
And what I liked about this match as well, all four guys, Sean.
Yeah.
Dean was good, Seth was good as always, Dolph, Drew, especially Drew.
Yeah.
That one moment, Seth hit like a kick and then he hit a front splash and Drew still kicked out. I was like, what? Because I thought that was the end of the match. I was
He's a
like, damn.
Scottish Terminator, man. The guy, he's a tank, man.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly see Drew as a future Universal
Champion.
champion.
I agree. As well,
No doubt
definitely.
about it.
And I like that they're building him slowly. He hasn't taken an L since being on the main roster, so at all actually. So the future looks bright for him. I was very surprised they retained the titles.
Yeah.
That finish. Let's talk about the finish.
Oh my god, bruh. Dolph, you were lucky. That's what I'm saying to you. Thank goodness you have a Scottish psychopath / Terminator in your corner.
I was
Otherwise,
asking about godness, but anyways. Yeah.
man. So anyway, Seth was going for a suplex on Dolph, and then Scottish Terminator out of nowhere.
Claymore,
Bruh.
Oh, the timing, the
Dude.
timing of that was so good, and the fact that it came out of nowhere,
Right.
Because I thought, okay, he's going for that Falcon Arrow.
Yeah.
Why? And then Dolph literally just like fell on Seth. Actually, it was
And
like,
then
one,
he
two,
was
three.
carried out.
He was carried.
That's
out.
what
That was a
takes
great
it over
image
the
as well. Like
Mm.
Drew's got the titles, he's got Dolph.
Right?
Literally, what it actually is, Drew has been carrying this team. But that being said, I know Dolph, he's Sean Shane. Like,
Yeah.
he did very well.
They did good.
I truly enjoyed this match, and I was like, okay, Hell in the Cell, it's getting lit.
Yeah. Hot. And then I can honestly say for these predictions, we also came up short.
But it's fine. As long
Yeah.
as the match quality is good, and I don't mind Drew and Dolph being tag champs actually. So
Yeah, no,
it's
they
all
put
good.
on a clinic. I'm quite happy with this. And next we had, in quite a weird position, AJ versus Joe.
Again, WWE Championship match, not at least even second last. I don't
Exactly.
know. So it had me worried there.
Put some respect on that title, man. Like, that's been around a lot longer than the Universal title.
Exactly.
It has
So-
more prestige to me.
But it's not on Raw, so hey. Roman is not holding it now, so hey.
yeah,
But that's call up.
But all in all, AJ versus Joe.
I'll give it. I wanted to give it a hot, but the finish. But it makes sense. It's a lot. Anyways,
Oh, man.
it was very hard hitting. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Joe was literally like just bouncing AJ all over the show. It was crazy.
I think AJ was even bleeding at
Yeah,
some
he
point,
was
like, from
bleeding at
the
a
mouth.
point.
Yeah.
AJ also did well. There was one point where he had Samoa Joe on his shoulders doing some sort of a rack attack thingy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, but really good outing for both former TNA guys. Then the finish, we had Coquina Clutch.
Coquina clutch. Joe goes on his back. AJ rolls over.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Fluke win.
Right. Fluke win.
Yeah.
Bit of controversy though. Turns out that AJ Styles I mean, the ref didn't see this, but AJ Styles was actually tapping out.
Yeah, from the other side of the ref, so we couldn't actually see this. So I was also confused at first. I was like, I go, Joe, why is he celebrating?
Right.
He was
But
like,
just-
oh, I did it. And then he was like, what's
the
going
hell?
on?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought he was being delusional. Even went to Corey Graves, banging on the tables there. And no, he was actually right. And it's so weird. Like, Joe has been the ultimate heel here,
True.
dissing the family of
True.
AJ Styles. And he's the one who's been robbed here at the moment. So,
Right.
and now it's going to be interesting to see how they explain this because AJ Styles is the face here, but he's tapping, but he's winning by dubious
Yeah.
means. So it was very weird for me. So that brings it down to lukewarm for me, I'd say. So
No, man. I still think
You give it a hot-
the build up and
The build-up
the
was
match
good.
itself.
Yeah.
That just counting everything, that for me gets hard. Doesn't mean this sets up another match for the two, of course.
And we found out on the show, actually, Paige said, okay, this time, no disqualifications, no countouts. There must be a winner.
Right.
Super Showdown in Australia, it's going to go
Definitely.
down. So,
It's going down for real.
and break over. I mean, I'm happy AJ is still champ, though. I did call it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you go.
yeah, you know, Joe's your guy. So, bing! Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the next one, we had a very man, I don't know about this one.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm at best. You know, Ms. and Mrs. versus.
Yes, mode.
whatever that
But
was.
that's how his song sounds, though. Like, yeah. Shame, I like Brian and Daniel, but they didn't do well in this match.
Yeah, man, those two. I mean, for the build up as well, it
Yeah.
really wasn't anything because they looked like vicious. They looked in it. They came out on top of in a lot of situations, but
Just fell short at the end. But you did call it, Ms. and Mrs. They got the W, so ding. Well done, well done.
yep.
The less said about this match, the better, to be honest.
Wow, fam.
I'm done.
Put some respect on the Mrs. name, man. Let's at least see what this is gonna set up for Miz. At least,
True.
You know.
He's 2-0 against Daniel Bryan, so that's great.
Right.
That's good.
So I don't know. Maybe he might be finished with Daniel onto greener pastures, WWE Championship. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that. I'm down for that.
Maybe
Miz
some-
versus AJ down the line. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Second last match on the card, we had Ronda Rousey taking on Alexa Bliss, and I was expecting to feel the way I felt about this mixed tag match for this match, but surprisingly, both women really shone here. What do you think?
I was very happy. The fact that Alexa actually looked strong, apart from that last match.
Botched.
Oh, that last match, man, when she
She got squashed.
got squashed, man.
But this one, she looked clever, she looked vicious, which is what we were asking for.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to win the match, but all we wanted just give Ronda something to fight.
Keep her to her character.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's what she is. She had a game plan, target the ribs, and
Yeah.
it worked to perfection. As well as, I mean, I need to give it up to Ronda. She sold very well.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
good.
match.
Because you actually believe my hey, she's hurt here. Because there was one moment where she was like picking up Alexa and she was like, feeling the pain. And I was like, wow, like Ronda, this was a really good match from her. I enjoyed this. So gets not a hot sweat, it gets a lukewarm, but a good lukewarm, you know.
I mean, the goddess gets a heart.
Hey! And we got this prediction right, of course. I'm sure there was no one betting against Ronda Rousey. So 1-1 for both of us. Ding!
Yeah,
So-
buddy. And now it's time for the main event.
Yeah, buddy. We had Roman Reigns taking on Braun Strowman inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship. We were both very amped for this.
Yep.
And what was interesting now is that we had predicted, okay, Shield is going to come out on top with all the titles. But now, what were you thinking before this match started, now that we knew that Drew and
Man.
Dolph had won?
Like, I actually think I texted you this, but I was like, okay, no, definitely Roman is he's going to retain.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't do all of that.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the Dogs of War, all of them having the titles.
Yeah. it
So
would be
a
dope.
part of me had
Dope
that
visual.
feeling that who knows, yeah. But we had the match taking place. For me, I really felt it was a bit tame. It was okay. It was getting there, and then out of nowhere we had the two tag teams coming through.
Yeah, for absolutely no reason. Because I mean, it was at a point in the match where they both went through the table.
Yeah,
And
after
then-
the spear.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden these guys are coming out to fight outside. Like
They didn't even come inside, so they weren't helping anyone actually.
exactly.
So-
They just scaled the cell, and then I mean, it was pretty tense up there though, because I mean, anything could have happened. But
Yeah.
I mean, after that, it was just Seth and Dolph fall through the tables. It wasn't really all that exciting because
As Dean and Seth did in 2014 as well. So
it wasn't anything new really. But
the big moment did come though.
no,
No, that's not how the song goes, but the Beast Incarnate came out. No one was expecting this. Because we all thought, okay, he's going to UFC. Next thing, he's coming out. We're like, what's going to happen?
What is this?
Paul Heyman is like, ref, open the cell right now. The ref is like, nah, fam. Brock kicks down the gate. That was badass. And then on top of that, he walks
On
over
top
the
of
gate
it.
to jump into the ring. I was just like, this guy, he's dope.
Nah.
Takes pieces of the table, smashes Braun, smashes Roman.
That was after an F5 to both gentlemen.
Dude,
Bruh.
like this was proper. So I was like, okay, Flip, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Wow.
And then nothing happened.
Anticlimax, man.
After all of that, Brock Lesnar, he walks out. The ref comes. He says, these guys can't continue. The match is
Meanwhile, while the tag teams were on top of the cell, these guys were just like resting there,
dude the
chilling.
whole time. So they should have been able to recover, to be honest.
Exactly.
So I think this pay-per-view was really so good, and it was just let down by that.
Like the ending, it was a very
Yeah,
bitter ending,
yeah.
to be honest. Because I mean, we actually wanted a finish.
Yeah, exactly. You want to know who's the better man, Roman Reigns or Braun Strowman. So, yeah, bit of a letdown there.
Yeah.
What are we giving this? Are we giving it a hot, lukewarm?
I give the feud a hot. You know,
Yeah.
like I can't fault it at any point. The match itself, like the ending, was definitely a cold for me. But the cold,
Yeah.
we wanted.
Actually, I'll agree with you there.
But I mean, everything building up to it, and even most of the match itself.
yeah.
I'll give that.
It messed up our scoreboard as well because now
Yep.
no one wins because we both predicted Roman. So
Yeah.
so now it's 0-0. So that ends the scores with 4-4. It's a draw, unfortunately.
No,
But
I did not accept this.
let's get on to our awards roundabout now. So we've already said match of the night, tag team titles.
No doubt about it.
Heel of the night. I'm going for Randy, to be honest.
Right,
It's good time.
because
Someone's here. Why?
it was sickening. I'll go with Dolphin Drew.
Dolphin
Yeah,
for
the
spoiling
shock
the party.
factor. Yeah, spoiling the party and the shock factor. We didn't expect them to, win. And also, more Drew than anything else. Just the way he ended the match. For me,
Yeah,
just
the Claymore. That was
Yeah.
really dope. Yeah. Face of the night. Who are we looking for over there? Who do you think? I want to say Becky, but Becky's a heel.
Becky's a heel,
Like,
look at that.
it's not like such a feel good moment. I don't know. Like Ronda maybe.
Yeah, probably Ronda.
But face of the night feels a bit much to give her face of the night.
But who else?
Yeah, we didn't really have like one
phase that really.
And
stood
fine,
out.
well, how about we give it to Jeff? Let's give it to Jeff
For what?
for being a daredevil. as
He
expected him to
crashed
be.
and burned though.
Yeah, but he did it for the fans. Come on, like.
Okay.
And he got his ear.
Okay.
Screwdriver.
Okay. In his defense,
Yeah.
Jeff did put on a good
Yeah,
match.
yeah,
He was
for-
doing
for
some
the
crazy
fans.
stuff.
Yeah,
Even in the ring.
So I think heel of the night, Randy. Face of the night, Jeff Hardy. We've got our match of the night. OMG. I also want to give it to. I want to give it all to that match. To be honest, like it was crazy.
I give Jeff though the crash and burn.
The crash and
the crash. and
Okay.
burn.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did not see that coming.
Hell in a Cell is in the books, done and dusted, and in WWE fashion, these guys don't let us breathe. On to the next one, we're going to Super Showdown. We've got Evolution coming up soon. We've got SmackDown 1000. There's also talks of the Saudi Arabia event, WWE Crown Jewel coming up. We're talking a whole lot more about that in the coming weeks. But do make sure that you stay tuned to Heels and Faces SA. I'm of course Falsetto.
Sam Zero.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And do let us know what your thoughts were on Hell in a Cell down in the comments below.
And do tell us, maybe you guys have ideas for entrances or anything that you guys would like to see. Talk with us and let us know, man.
Yeah, man. Stay away from screwdrivers. Bam!
We'll see you in the next one.